So I honestly don't know if there's anything that I can say about this book that I haven't already said, but I want to do a proper book review of this book. So I'm going to give it a go. This was given to me by the author for like review, video, etc., etc. I met her at a book launch last year. We have people in common, etc. So she was very kind and said, "Would you like a copy of my book?" And I said, "Yes, please." This has turned out to be a really, really interesting read. This is about a mother who had her son quite late in life, as these things go. This woman suffers from a lot of anxiety because many years ago, when her son was younger, he happened to say that he was only going to live until he was 12. You are in her head throughout. You do spend most of the time in the house with her, but I will say that she does take short excursions out, even if sometimes it's only to the seaside, which is nearby her house. That is a relief because it does get quite taxing being in her head for a lot of the time. And so you do need to be prepared for that. But I think a lot of people will enjoy that. A kind of connection I made with this book was to the bell jar, and I made that fairly early. This book is not the bell jar, but there's just a vibe that's quite similar. And in actual fact, I later found that that was an all right connection to make. I'll leave it there. So this book packs a punch while also being kind of sedentary almost, or kind of literally, because you're in the character's head, and she does spend all her time anxious. But there is thus a lot of space for you to speculate on what is really happening. And there does come a point in the novel where you really start to see the wider picture. So you've had time to come up with your own conclusions, and then the author kind of gives you some answers as to what you'd been thinking about. I had no idea where the ending was going to go. I did expect certain things based on things I've read previously, and I was pleasantly surprised. I had about 3 different book endings in my head for this based on other books. No, actually four, because there's quite a few books that do something a little bit similar, but not the same by any means. All that to say, I think there are plenty of people that have read other books that would enjoy this, and I highly recommend it if you like literary fiction. If you don't mind being in a character's head, if you like unreliable narrators, if you like books that look at mental health, you really can't go wrong with this book.